We got special guest Rab.
What's up, man?
We got Ivan on the mic. We got Raymond on the mic. We got Jeremy on the side. We don't have another mic, but I'll be passing him the mic. Welcome back to the Tomo podcast.
Tomo, what does that stand for?
Tomo is Tomo.
just put it in there.
It sounds good.
Tomodachi is friends in Japanese, but I cut it to just Tomo because it sounds nicer and cleaner, and we know the meaning. So Tomodachi, you're a friend. I've been knowing you since middle school.
Yeah.
So, I mean, why not have you on the podcast and tell us some stories or what's going on?
Miss Stockdale's class? There's like 7 manuals in there.
Yeah. Dude, she was hot.
Dude, years later, bro, I fucking served her.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn.
It was wild because I ran into them at a bar. I think she was with Miss Herman. I'm not sure, though. But then, like, years later when we were skating stern, Miss Herman was over there, and she was, like, being hella flirty. Like, you remember Nova?
Yeah.
She was trying to get at Nova, like, tough. She's like, oh, so you weren't in my class, huh? Were you? Just because he wasn't in the class.
Yeah.
Because Nova's what? We're 29. Nova's, like, 33.
Yeah.
So she was like, oh, because we weren't in her class, so she was after that nigga, like, tough.
Should've.
I told him, but he got spooked. Because she put up, she had she had a black Mustang GT.
Dude, I mean, these are from middle school, like 7th grade.
Yeah.
Miss Stackhouse, I had the fattest crush on her. I'm like, damn.
And then she would come and bend over, and she had, like, a little butterfly tramp stamp.
She had big tits. I'm not going to lie. She really did.
Yeah.
Both of them.
I think, now that I'm older, do you think they're fake?
I don't know. I have to see her again.
Because,
I
like,
haven't
her
seen
body
since-
proportion made it seem like it was real because she had no ass.
Yeah.
But really big titties, like a regular, you know, when you look at pornos, big titties, and like the white chicks,
Yeah.
they just fucking like whiteboard in the back and then big ass titties in the front. Like, you know?
All I know is I could not wait for that class to just be in there. And I'm like, yeah.
Trying to see
This is
What
the
was it,
class.
third period?
Yeah.
We had 2 periods, third and fourth?
Yeah. I
Yeah.
remember I'm like, this is the best. This is the best.
So did you get in trouble personally just to get stayed back or like
Nah.
stay longer in class?
Nah. Never thought about it like that.
Nah, she's a nice lady, you know.
Yeah. So yeah, it's been a long time since middle school. How you been?
Bro, living life. Living, not even existing, bro. Because, like, you know, I try to tell the homies they got to live, bro.
Yeah.
Everyone's living day by day. Because when people talk about my house, I'm like, bro, it's a box. I pay money just to sleep in this bitch. I don't
Yeah.
even be here.
Dude, 100%.
Out of a month, bro. So what? That's 40, 80, 160 hours out the month, bro. I'm at work. And then, what's that? 2, 4, 6, 8, 40. So then another 40 hours I'm off. So then without that 40 hours, bro, I probably sleep maybe 30 hours out that.
Yeah.
So then the rest of the time I'm just out fucking making shit happen or chilling and shit or then.
Yeah.
But like, this is for my daughter, my mom's and shit. Like, got to make sure they're cool. But that's why
Yeah.
learning about these investments, that's where it's gonna be, bro. Because like I say, like I'm giving it the next 5 years, bro, before something happens. with
I
me.
know. I remember you and Porno were talking about it.
Yeah, porno's
so I
doing
know.
great, bro. Like,
Yeah?
great. It was horrible, bro. Because what is it? Noise got locked up last year. So what is? I got locked up in April. On 420, and then after that, it was probably like, let's say, I think it was like my second or third meeting with my lawyer, where we're saying I was texting Noise. I was like, hey, bro, we either gonna get shit faced because it's a celebration, or we gonna get shit faced because I'm gonna get locked up. And then I was on a Wednesday, and I messaged that fool. He didn't message me back. And then we were texting in the morning, but he didn't tell nobody that he was taking a trip. So by that Friday or Saturday, that's when we found out. Remember Steven Leva?
Yeah.
Quico texted us, and he was just like, oh, yeah, this what happened to him and stuff. So we looked it up, and then that's where we got the link of the Jacksonville and shit, like stupid shit, bro. Like a big-ass lady was like, oh, my God, how did he think he was going to make it through there with 50 pounds and whoop, whoop, whoop? And, like, some other lady was like, oh, he must be dumb. Like what is that? And then in my mind, I'm like, man, y'all are stupid. Like, you know, like, because it's already done, so it's cool to talk about, like,
Yeah.
that was a small load.
Damn.
Like, you know,
where was he pushing this through?
from here to Jacksonville.
Fuck. And where did he get caught?
Jacksonville. But someone snitched on him before he left.
Ah.
So they let him get on the plane and then get all the way over there and boom. And then, you know, because he did everything himself, you know. But that story comes back to with porno. We was over there drinking. I was with some stripper bitch, bro. And we were drinking and shit. And fucking, this fool was faded already, bro. Like something happened with his baby mama. His sister came. He was tripping. And then, I don't know if you know, me and porno got in a fight.
No, I didn't
And
know.
yeah, it was fucked up, bro. Like it all started over a titty twister.
What?
Like, for real, that fool came and did that, and I was like, come on, man, ain't nobody playing with you. And I pushed him back, and he got up like, well, what's up, dude? What do you want to do? And I was just like, come on, man, like, what's the deal? And then this fool had like a sock and shit filled with some other shit, bro. So like, he had the sock like that, boom, was trying to hit me with it, being disrespectful, and I'm with a bitch, you know. And I'm just like, come on, bro, like, I'm with this bitch, bro, like, relax. Well, what do you want to do? But I was just like, come on. And that fool pushed me, bing. I was like, well, let's go outside. That fool stepped outside, I shut his door, and he kicked his door open. Like, kicked it open and, like, knocked it off the hinges and shit like that. He didn't know that. And then, like, this fool came up to me and said, well, what's up? I was like, look, bro, you faded. If you really want the fade, I'll come over tomorrow. And we can catch a fade. I grab my beer, whatever, I leave. And I'm sitting in the car talking to my baby mom. And fucking, I'm on FaceTime with my daughter. And this fool comes up, talks on the window. Bing, bitch ass nigga, you broke my door, bro. I'm like, what are you talking about? And I come out, Mario's there, Chorizo's there. Mario's trying to break us up. And I told that fool, I said, fool, if you really want it, we'll fight tomorrow. And he's all right. And then, like, I looked away, bro, to, like, get in my car. And that fool slid me. And I was like, I got so mad, bro, because it's like, as long as we've been...
you were respecting him.
As long as we had been friends, bro, that fool should have punched me in my mouth when we were looking at each other.
Yeah.
And we already talked about it, you know? So he slid me, and I went over there, I socked this fool, boom, boom, picked him up, threw him on the ground. And, like, I knocked that fool. I felt bad, bro, because when I picked him up and threw him down, that fool, like, stiffed up, like, immediately. And I was just like, fuck. I was like, why'd you make me do this, bro? And, like, I slapped that fool to wake him up or nothing. And then came to find out that fool broke his clavicle. Chipped his rotator cuff, and ripped the ligament that controls your arm doing this. So we didn't talk for like 2-3 weeks, bro. And I felt bad, bro, because I was like, my boy lost his job, couldn't even pick up his daughters. Just found out Noise got locked up. Like, it was a lot for me, bro.
Yeah, it hit a lot.
You know, that was emotional, bro. And I remember, bro, I went by the homegirl's house, and it was like 7, 8 in the morning. I'm all crying. I was like, I just beat up porno, bro. Like, what the fuck? Like, this shit ain't cool. And fucking... But it's crazy, though, because after all that happened, like, you know, porno was just like, you know, thank you for that, because ever since then, this fool's been successful. His weed game is going great. That fool has a grower now. He's down to like, I think 6-8 plants and stuff like that. We've been talking a lot of investments and stuff, and fucking he's turned the garage into what it needs to be, and he's coming up good, bro. Like, I'm proud of that shit. Like, we learned a couple lessons along the way with that, and then we had sent some packs off, and like, he had fronted some guy, and he learned that, like, oh, he was nice. I was like, bro, there's no money in emotions, no money in feelings, you know. Like, I explained to people, like, y'all got friends, I got money. It's a difference. You know, you want to be friends with somebody, be friends with them. But money and business don't mix, bro. Like, never. Like, you know, because then there was a time when we were sitting down talking about numbers, and we were both getting heated about it. And I was like, hey, you got your game, I got my game. We're friends, bro. We don't need to mix it. Like, you making your bread, I'm making my bread. None of our people intertwine or nothing like that, so it's good. Like, let's just keep it how it is, you know, because we was getting to a heated conversation. Like, wow, well, I know your numbers, and it's like, don't pocket watch. Just because you know, like, my numbers are, don't mean that's what you gonna get on. That's what makes you the plug. Yeah. Is what you get it for. You feel me? So it's like, that's what my Hot 16 that I made for tonight on the radio, I say, I'm the plug and I'm the extension. Like, you know, because it's like, you know, because everybody wants to be the outlet, the power source. That's the plug. Yeah. And then the extension cord, as you see, it got a bunch of plugs on there. Yeah. And that's what gets put on. So it's like, I'm the plug and the extension. You know, and then I try to tell him, I was just like, learn through me and Noise. Like, you know, because I caught a gun case and the drug case. I was looking at 10 years. And then that shit got dropped down, cost me about 18 to 20,000 to get my lawyer and to get down from that. Yeah. And then I'm like, I have probation, all this other shit. So it ended up better of these 3 years on fucking walking a thin line. So that's why I'm like, I learned that, bro. I was looking at that. I was like, okay, my first offer was 10 years. Second offer was 4 years. I was like, okay, 10 years, my daughter will be 18. 4 years, she's gonna be 16. I was like, either way, that's still too much time. Yeah. So then I was thinking, like, okay, school would have been dead time. Now I don't think of it like that. I'm like, within the next 5 years, I can make something happen. The time I'm taking away from her is gonna be cool, because by the time she is 18, we're gonna spend Valentine's Day in Italy or France. That's the plan. Yeah. Yeah. So, you know, so the clothes is gonna take off, the music gonna take off. I'm putting a lot into my music. So just trying to make it better and being better, you know, because I got a daughter. I'm trying to be the man I want her to be with, because I still ain't him. I'm a piece of shit still. Hey, you know, so it's dope though, man.
You're more than a piece of shit. You're amazing.
Yeah, an amazing piece of shit. Whoever ate me, bro, sprinkle diamonds on it.
Hey, if Mr. Hanky could be put on a show.
See, but whoever shipped me out, sprinkle diamonds on their food, so when they ship me out, I'm still sparkling. There you go. You know? That's what I used to tell them at Taco Bell. I was like, bro, like, we got a piece of shit job and we're pieces of shit, but be the best piece of shit you could be. You feel me? Like, because, you know, everyone's like, oh, we got this shit in job, we don't need to try hard. I was like, nah, bro, we got to try harder. Like, you know, we'd fucking the lowest of the lowest, so you got to be better, you know? Yeah. And then especially coming, like, being Hispanic with all this other shit already, we're already looked down as fucking what Trump say, rapists and criminals and thieves and shit. So it's like anybody of any type of color still has to come in and try even harder. Like, what Selena's dad say? We got to be more Mexican than the Mexicans and more American than the Americans, bro. Yeah, like,
true.
Because I really had that, bro. I was working at an almond field before I went all the way deep into trapping. Like, I was working at an almond field, bro, working 60 hours a week, and I did that shit for like 4 weeks, and both of my paychecks, bro, were like less than $1,000, and I was tripping. So I wasn't white enough to be inside the office with the people in there, and then I wasn't Mexican enough to be out there in the fucking surcos with all the tias and tios and shit.
Yeah.
So I was out there, and like there's one fool, like fat food, colored eyes and shit from Jalisco and shit. I remember his name, Gabriel. And I was out there and I was with some tias, and the 3 tias I was working with all had their body done. They were all thick little tias, but they were like 50, 60. When it was lunchtime, they brought out the comal. They had fucking frijoles de la olla, all kinds of shit, making tacos de mano right there in the field, bro. Like, I'm talking about whip the shit out, boom, and then boom. So he come by one day and he see that they serving me. Because they were like, what's your name? I was like, I was like, me llamo Manuel, pero me puede llamar Paparrin. And then all of them were like, oh, Paparrin, you know? So then he pulled up one time and he seen that. I'm talking about I'm sitting there, one tia's bringing me my plate of tortillas, the other tia's bringing me my tacos, the other tia's bringing me some soda. And he mad because like he been trying to holler at him the whole time, and I've only been there 3-4 weeks. And I'm already sitting in the tree. They giving me shit, wet toallas and stuff so I won't be hot. And then after that fool sends me to go dig a ditch, bro.
What the fuck?
And this is the time when Tito and Justin are working landscaping. So I was talking to Tito, and they were telling me the numbers they were making. And I looked at it, bro, because they made me do a 4x4 by 6 foot deep and like 50 yards long.
Oh.
And I'm getting paid like $14 an hour. And I just talked to Tito and them, and the smaller job that they did, they getting paid like $20 an hour.
Yeah.
And I'm over there tripping, and the white dude's like, he's like, well, yeah, what boss do you know that's out here digging a hole? I was like, I would dig a hole too. If they gave you a company car, a company house, and a company bitch, I would do what the fuck they tell me to do too. And you're getting paid over like $100,000 a year.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, you need to get to work. I was like, well, send me home, do something. I'm talking about I'm texting there, digging a little bit of hole, and then I just put my phone back up, and then I must have got my last paycheck, bro. It was like fucking $880, and then that night I went and picked up, and then I went out, and I made my paycheck, bro, in like 4 hours. I was like, nah, I can't do this.
Yeah.
So then that's what just caught me on the way, bro, and I was just like, fuck it, and then made my paycheck a few times within that next week. So I was just like, yeah, I quit. Because of my original thing of getting the job, bro, they told me I was going to be in a piece of equipment with AC and a phone charger. Not once did I ever see that piece of equipment. Not once was I ever in AC. And then they would try to make me shit in a porta potty that's in the middle of the surco in the sun. And the office is like 5 minutes away. And they pay people to clean the office. And like, oh, don't go in there because you're dirty. I was like, I don't give a fuck, bro. They got people in there to clean that shit. Like, they got little Maria in there to clean after the white people so they can fucking do that. I can go in there and take a shit in there, bro. Be comfortable, get the AC on. You want me to shit in a porta potty? I barely fit in that motherfucker as
Have
it
you ever
is.
shit in a porta potty in the sun? Like,
It's ridiculous, bro. You're in there slipping and sliding and shit. Like,
it's hot. You're sweating.
Fuck.
If you're in there and you're already mid shit and there's a fly in there, it's done.
yeah. Or
It's
if you catch it before they clean it,
Oh,
this
smell.
fucking hot box of fucking regret and old assholes, bro.
Oh.
Shit.
It's like you. Like, if you got all the tias in there, you could taste their fucking ass and shit, bro. It's like
You never
disgusting.
look at, you never look at anyone attractive out there.
Oh,
because
fuck no. You go in there, bro, and then you try to put your shirt over your nose, and then it's already hot, and then you breathing in your hot air with your sweat.
And then shit's in that air now.
Yeah, and then they would get mad, bro, because I would go and I would leave the door open. They'd be like, close the door. I'm like, fuck you. We look away. Like, come on. Like, that little bit of breeze, bro, was helping. Like, you could, boom, instantly, like 15 degrees hotter. Bust that bitch open. Be cool, bro. And they're like, oh, get ass. Like, no, me this way. And those fools just, they try to bring the boss to tell me something. And then, like, ¿pa qué la haces así? And I was like, fool, you know how hot it is in there? I was like, I know your big ass don't go in there. Because that fool was like 350, bro. Big ass old Mexican dude. And then it's funny because he was all belly. Like, them cats that wear them pants underneath it.
Yeah.
And he had his button up and then his shirt just to right here, chest air out. He thought he was hot shit because he was like light skin and colored eyes, And then I pulled up and I got the tias, and then he wasn't having it. So that's the last job I had. And then I was going for a cool like 4 years, bro. 3-4 years. Living nice. Everything I saved up though paid for my fucking bail,
That's good.
lawyer. So I went to zero, but I didn't go to negative. Like, speaking in stocks, like, I didn't get none of that shit I saved, but it kept me out of jail. Cause if I went to jail, it would have been negative. I'd have lost this house. A lot of people like depend on me and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but other than that, I learned my lesson, bro. I'm investing in the clothes, this music. Like, after this, I'm gonna go buy a fucking $1,000 interface, some $300 headphones, and then hopefully get that shit going. I got those monitors for $100. If you look them up, they're $100 to like $200 each. And then fucking the headphones I got right now, I got from a smoker too. I didn't know I was picking them up from a sober living home. And he was like, yeah, fool, they're fucking Bluetooth. It was an old cholo fool. He's barely, he's like, yeah, fool, I just got out, dog. I need like $20 for some fucking cigarettes and some ho-hos. I was like, I got you, dog, don't shit. So I pulled up with cigarettes and some ho-hos and a dub for him, And then I pulled up where I had a sober living and shit. Food socks are hella high like yours, so down as fuck. So,
Bro, speaking of that, you made it onto the page.
yeah, fool was mad, bro. This fool did not tag me. I think my post on the Food's Gone Wild got like 90,000 views.
Oh hell no.
No, I think you made it on their page twice, like once with your music and then like the other one with.
Oh no, that was with the food community.
Oh, okay.
The food community is actually a little dude from the Bakersfield.
Yeah,
Really?
He's from the east side.
He used to cut
What?
he used to cut my hair.
What?
He's from Marvin's, right?
Yeah. Yeah. No, at first, where I met him at, he was at the one right here by right there by the T-Mobile, and there used to be a Yoshinoya right there. I don't know
Oh,
if you guys-
he was
Walgreens?
at Alex's.
No. I don't know what it was called. It was called the Barber Tool Shop box, something like
Oh,
that.
okay.
I met him there. He was cutting my hair one time, and then we were talking about music. He's like, "Oh, you do music?" I was like, "Yeah." And he's like, "What's your Instagram?" And then he followed me, and I followed him. I was like, "What the hell?" I seen his account. I was like, "Dang, bro!" I was like, "You're pretty," I was like, "You're big." He's like, "Yeah." He's like, "Send me your stuff. I'm
Nah,
down to
yeah,
promote
that
your
fool
stuff."
hooked me up, bro. He was cool, but
He's huge, bro, his account's huge.
that
I
fool's
seen him
at
grow.
like 300K now and shit.
George
Damn.
Lopez follows him.
What
there's
the
a lot
hell?
there's a lot of big artists. that
Big,
follow him.
he's because what it is, bro.
Tech Nine.
Food's Gone Wild is run by white people.
Really?
Really.
Yeah, there's like one of them I think is from Santa Rosa or Santa Maria. The other one is from like Oklahoma and shit. The graffiti artist I think is from over there. The Mike DMS. They're waifus, bro. So it's like they're bringing a lot of notification to our culture, but at the same time, it started off as a roast.
Yeah.
Like, but it's crazy though because it's like they say all this shit about us, but they're not lying.
Yeah.
It would have been different though if it was like Mexicans talking about Mexicans, but the fact that it was like white people doing it, that's why some people was burnt about it. But it's like you can't be burnt, bro, because they're one of the hugest outlets. I remember following Food's Gone Wild when they barely had like 10,000 followers. Putting people on, bro. Like putting people onto it. Then it's the Food's Gone Wild, food community, 444 vibe, JMB visuals, a fucking Modelo hour, and all these foods. Like the least account has like 20,000.
Hey, that's still a come up though. Like,
Yeah.
To get your music out there too.
Oh yeah, I'm doing that. But the few times I had paid ones. So now with all these next ones, I'm like, I'm cool, bro. Like you guys gotta put me on. Like I'm cool. Like if y'all ain't fucking with me, to fuck with me, I'm good because they be putting anybody on, bro.
Really?
For like $50, bro. You can say some bullshit and you on there, because then I'm cool because the internet ain't nice, bro.
Yeah, the internet
My first
is
TikTok
not
video.
nice.
Dang, he's even followed by Travis Scott. I didn't even know
Yeah,
that.
my first TikTok video, bro. I made like $500 before work in like 30 minutes, and I went to flex real quick. I had a little 8-year-old. What's it feel like to be broke? Then this other little dude's like 10. He's look at this broke boy. Tagged his other homie. His other homie's 11, and he's just like, oh shit, he must still live with his mom. And I'm like, what the fuck? I go check their pages, bro. They're little ass kids, and I'm like, full. They're calling me broke, texting on the phone that they mom pay for. And the other little dude's like, what's it like to live with your mom? And this fool lives with his mom. Like, I was like, fuck. It kind of stopped me from using TikTok, bro. For like a month.
TikTok it could be either such a crazy violent community with like comments, or it could be so loving.
Exactly. For like 3 videos later, like I was taking painkillers. I just had surgery, and fucking I was like, okay, let me see what pill popping songs come on. And I worked on it, and it's just like swallow all the pain all the way. Yeah, I'm still popping. So I popped it, bro. And then like I got like 5-10 DMs with like little dudes like, hey man, like you don't have to do that stuff, bro. Like it's not good for you, bro. Like if you need anybody to talk to, I know you don't know me. And I was just like, okay, like this is I've seen like both sides because I'm talking about like 8-9-year-olds just talking shit to me. Probably never even seen $500. Like what's it like to be broke? I'm just like fuck, dude. And then I post a thing, and then they're like, what's wrong? I was like, nah, bro, it's just my medicine. It's just regular painkillers, bro. Like they're just 2 of them. It's not like 6 or nothing, you know. And then the dude's like, yeah, bro, but just don't do that, man. Like once you run out and you don't need no more, don't take them no more, bro. Like God loves you, man. You don't need that. And I was just like, for sure, bro, thanks. So it's like I've seen low key both sides of it already. I was just like, damn, that shit's so crazy.
That's funny. What's it like to be a little kid?
They're disrespectful though, bro.
Yeah, definitely.
Especially nowadays.
What's up? What you want? Why? What you need? About what? Come here, talk on the mic. All right. Okay, I love you too. Kids, bro. Like I said, if y'all could wait to have them, wait as long as you can, bro.
Oh yeah, I do my best to tell everyone that's a close friend, like, and this is out of like just personal experience. If you plan to like be business and like have a lot of things to do in your life, you can wait, because if not, you're gonna be feeling sad
All the time, bro. It took me like, what to say? We had my daughter in 2012. We moved in together. That's 13, 14. This ain't nothing bad on my baby mom. She's a great girl, great, amazing mom, everything. We're cool as fuck now, bro. But when you hear you're a piece of shit every day for like a year and a half, you believe that shit. Like right now, I'm glad me and my baby mom is cool and like we don't have conversations. Like, bro, we talking about it. She be talking about my girl and her man and shit, and I be telling her to have another kid and shit, and she be telling me. So it's like we're at a point where it's like super cool, bro, because I feel like she finally don't care what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Because for the longest, I didn't give a fuck, bro. Like, you know, you could tell she's like, oh, you always want to be out of this. Like, don't worry about what I be doing on my week when I don't got my baby. Like, you know, that's our conversation right now. Is like, you have 7 days with her. Spend your 7 days with her.
Mm-hmm.
You got a whole 7 days to do what the fuck you want. But the cool part is like the kids is gonna get to a certain age where they can pick and choose.
Yeah.
So it's like right now.
You know.
So right now, like, you know, like like I'm not saying this to my baby mom and shit, bro, but like she went out a couple of weekends ago or something, and my daughter was like, "Why you always leave me? And this, and this. Like, just promise me this." And I'm just like, "Cool, I ain't gotta do it no more." Like, you know, cause like it get me mad, bro. Like when I find out like she get babysit by someone else, I'm like, fuck, you just give her, shoot her to me, dog. Like, you know, I'd rather spend time with my daughter than have her be with her cousins. Or, but then again, I can't be a hater because she got more family with her. She got what? Her cousins. So she got Jay, 1, 2. She got like 5 girl cousins over there. They're all within a year or 2 of each other.
Yeah.
And over here, it's just me. My other niece is 16. My other niece is gonna be 6. And then the little baby. Mm-hmm. So there's no one like for her to play over here. So when it's over here, it's like she's the fucking only child and shit. But when she's over there, there's like more kids for her to play with.
But that gets tiring for them.
Oh yeah, she be coming back talking shit about them. Like, yeah, they be wanting to do this and they want to do that, and I just don't be wanting to, Dad, and this and this. And then I was just like, well, shit, you know where your room at? Pull up, man. Like, come on. Because for a while and shit too, she would get embarrassed and I would take her to school. And she's like, because at first it started off I could walk her all the way to the line. And then I had to be like, okay, Dad, because she goes to Harding. So I could walk her all the way down to the blacktop for that 3-stair.
Yeah.
Walk her in line, stand in line when the teacher come, walk up to the class, go to the classroom, give her a hug and a kiss. All right, babe, have a good day. Then that was kindergarten. No, that was TK. Kindergarten made it halfway. Then halfway through kindergarten, I had to stop at like the water fountains after the first dip.
She told you?
Yeah, she was like, Dad, you could just stay right here. You don't got to go all the way. I was like, why not? She goes, just don't. I was like, okay, whatever, dog. So then we go and then we make it a first grade and fucking beginning of the year, I have to stop at the fucking where the office is at. She's all right, Dad, right here's cool. I got it. Because she would run into her little friends while we're walking up the stairs. And she was like, she's breaking my heart and shit. And then she goes, all right. Then in the middle of the year, I make it only to the 8th stair, to the handrail. She goes, Dad, I got it from here. It's cool. And I'm like, why? What's up?
The attitude too?
Yeah. She's like, I got it, Dad. I was like, well, what do you mean? And she goes, yeah. How many other kids do you see their dads walking them down there? And I was just like, you want to know a secret? Them motherfuckers ain't got no dads. Feel me? I was just like, come on. Like, that shit ain't cool. Them motherfuckers don't got dads. That's why you don't see it. I was like, you're lucky, dude. And she's like, no, Dad, they have dads. And I was like, whatever. And then one day I went to, 1 week I went like 3-4 days in a row, bro. Bought her Jack in the Box, bought her Panda, fucking camarón empanadas and shit like that. And so she be eating lavish, bro. And then I brought her fucking pozole and shit, and we're eating there. And then one of the little kids are like, dang, Leah, your dad comes all the time. And she's like, yeah. And then that shit just started everything, bro. One kid's like, well, yeah, I haven't seen my dad in like 6 years. Another kid, well, I don't even know my dad. And then the other one's like, yeah, well, my dad's in the army. He does this. And another little boy fucking happy as fuck. Yeah, my dad's in jail. He's cool, though. He'll be out in a little bit.
Oh, no.
And then after that, I told her, I was like, did you see that? And then there was some other one. And then, like, it was crazy, bro, because, like, then one little boy was like, do you know my dad? I was like, nah, I don't. He's all, his name's Michael. I was like, oh, well, he's probably a nice guy. He's all, I want you to beat my dad up. And I was just like, fuck. So I went home.
What did he say?
He said he wanted me to beat his dad up. So, like, after that, bro, I, like, left lunch and I was chiefing. And I was sitting there and I was like, this little dude told me to beat his dad up for a reason, bro. Like, that fool's dad must, like, do something to him, bro. You know, like, so either be mean to him. So I was, like, sitting there. So, like, every time I come, bro, like, I would hook that foot with some chips or something. And, like, that was, what, first grade? She's in 2nd grade right now.
That shit breaks my heart, dude. Just
bro, because he was just, like, he's like, beat my dad up for me. And I was like, why? Dude, he's probably a cool guy. He's just like, yeah, just beat him up. If you ever meet him, his name's Michael. Just beat him up. And I was just, like, dumbfounded, bro. I was like, what the fuck? So then I went and I was sitting in the car rolling a blunt. And I was just thinking, like, fuck, I'm gonna really have to beat this fool's dad up, like, you know, because I was like, because he never got picked up by his dad. He would get picked up by his mom's, you know, because I would get there to school like 15 minutes early, because like, this is when I was chiefing a lot, so I always needed time to chief. So I'd pull up, she gets out at 2, I'd be there like at 1:20, blow a blunt with the windows down, and then fucking like be done by 1:30, 1:35, and then just be chilling there for 20 minutes. So I'd watch everybody coming. Like, you know, I'd be just scoping it out, and then that fool's dad never came to pick him up. So I was just like, fuck, like, you don't know how lucky you are, dude. And then she tried to ride the bus one time. I was like, fool, you know, I'm going to go grocery shopping on the Get bus. See how you like that shit. I was like, fool, because we went on a school trip, and she was like, Dad, the bus is so cool. It's not. I was like, I try really hard for you not to be on no bus.
Yeah.
You know, so I'm like, man, you don't know what it's like losing watermelons and shit. Like, forgetting shit on the canasta when you get into the get bus. Like, I'm like, come on, girl. I work hard for you to fucking.
So you took her on a bus ride?
Nah, we went on the school bus.
Oh, the school
But she's
bus.
trying to get on the get bus.
Did you ever let her get on?
Nah. Because
Some crazy people on the bus sometimes too.
that's what I was going to show her, though. But then I thought about it. I was like, fuck, like, what if we get to the destination and then I really got to wait for the bus to come back to get home? And then we got to walk a little bit. You know, I didn't get fat from fucking walking around and shit, bro, you know? So I was like, fuck that. And then she still be trying to. So I'm like, man, you going to learn. I'm going to take her one day.
Damn.
These kids don't know, bro. They got that shit easy.
But those are some valuable lessons you're offering. You know, you're setting up. So
I'm trying to set the bar so high, bro. Like I said, I fucked enough girls with dad problems, looking for love in all the wrong places. Like, I be telling bitches, I be like, bro, like, when's the last time I talked to you? Last time we hooked up, and what happened? You just sucked my dick and I left, right? Yeah. And I was just like, I didn't even spend more than 15 minutes talking to you, right? Yeah. So then why do you still hit me up? What's wrong with you? Why do you do that? It's just that I'm like, dude, you're dumb. Like, you know, I'm telling this before they suck my dick, bro, and they still suck my dick afterwards. So it's like, it's crazy because I get something from them because I'm so honest to them.
Yeah.
And like my dad mode don't turn off, bro. I see these girls fucking lost and shit, and I just look at them and I'll be telling her, bro, I was like, I pray my daughters never like you. Look them in their eyes, bro. I was like, I can see that emptiness and pain in you, bro. Like, I just hope my daughters never like you. Like, what do you mean? I was like, yeah, because like we hook up and shit like that, but like the 15, 20 minutes I'm around you, I give you genuine feelings and emotions. I hear you out and I listen to what's wrong with you and I try to give you
Advice
on it, but you can't give advice to everybody, bro. That shit's draining.
Yeah.
Draining, bro. Like,
really
you know,
is.
everybody, like, I quit responding to a lot of text messages because it was never like, a lot of people don't ask what's good. They love asking what's wrong. And then when they be like, what's wrong? Why? There's nothing you can do to change it. I just want to know. Nah, you just using that for energy for the next time you see me or something to have something to go against me. Like, that's why I quit opening up to a lot of people, bro. Because then they'll be like, oh, you know, you have problems because of this or because of that or something, get into an argument. Be like,
Try
yeah.
to fix you.
Yeah, and they'll be like, that's why your mom left you and shit because this is how you act. And like, bitch, like, what do you mean? Like, you know? And that's why, like, with the whole thing of when I got locked up is because some little bitch was like, oh, well, I'm going to change you. I could fix you. I was like, well, I don't want no girlfriend, no nothing. She goes, no, I got you. I'm going to be the one to change you. And this is, look it. She got mad and fucking didn't change nobody and just ended up being dumb and fell in love with me and some more shit. And I would tell her, like, dude, I'm cool. Like, we would hook up and shit, bro, and I wouldn't even kiss her on the mouth and shit. I would just be like, so you gonna get naked? you're so dumb. So you're not gonna get naked? Like, I am, but I was like, okay, cool. And then boom, just start smacking, you know? Because it's like, bro, I'm not. Emotions are horrible.
They are crazy.
Like, let's say for example with Shorty, bro. Before, because I don't fuck with him no more. He's a bitch ass nigga. Shout out Shorty or Mark, but he's a Mark, bro. Like,
what's a mark? Please explain it.
Fucking Google it. It's like, I don't know, bro. It comes back from like the old days, like a Mark, jive turkey, you know, like old school sayings. Like, you know, it's just, I don't know, bro. We had to fell out over money, and you know, it's all bad. But anyways, it came back to the thing where this fool was hooking up with some girl, and I was like, you can't be hooking up with hoes, bro, and then want to hug them. Like, that's gonna make you, you know, like you gotta fuck a girl and leave, and then that's never gonna blur the lines. If you're fucking her, she knows you're gonna fuck her, and that's it. What was that? Like I say, bro, like there's girls like just damaging, bro. Like I would hook up with some girls and shit, and they would have their kids there. Like I remember I smacked one of the homegirls' moms, and like her brand new little baby was in the bed. I was like, "Are you serious?" She goes, "Yeah, it's cool. He's asleep." And I was like, "It's not that cool." Like, you know, got hit a little bit, and I was just like, I'm just looking at little cuz he's in there like little ass baby in his pamper snoring and shit. I'm just like, oh no, like I've been in some fucked up situations, bro.
Yeah.
Like I've bought in juices and candies and shit so that I can fucking smack their mom real quick. like I'm saying, bro, before I had my daughter, I was a fucking piece of shit and horrible. My daughter's changed me a lot, like, you know,
Yeah.
because now I'm thinking like, fuck, like I pray she's never one of these girls, bro. Like, you know, because
Yeah.
these girls don't have dads. They looking for love in all the wrong places and shit. I'm just like, fuck. That shit's just horrible to see the eyes, bro, and they're lost. And like, I always know, bro, because you always get that first, I fucking hate you. And it's like, you really don't. You like me a lot. That's why you're saying you hate me. And then when you give them that one hug and they hugging you from the waist and they just looking up at you and you trying to leave and your arms is already off and you like leaning back and they just have that look at you. That's when I stopped talking to girls, bro. I'm like, okay, you you too far in because I'm not feeling what you feeling, and who am I to keep leading you on, you know?
Yeah.
And then these girls think by being honest how I be like, I don't want that, I don't want this, I'll change you. No, I'll be the difference. It's like, okay, hurt your own feelings then. Yeah. It's just,
You were honest.
and they think it's like they're lying, bro, because they're so used to dudes lying to them every day. And that's where I win and lose at, because I be so honest that they think I like them because I'm being so honest. And it's like, no, I'm being extremely honest. I don't want that. I just trying to, you got a big butt, what's up? Like, you know? Like, for real, like, that's just so wild, dude. Shout out to the girls that are lost. Hopefully you guys get found one day, dude.
Shit.
Like when Scarface say it's all in the eyes, Chico. It's all in the eyes, bro. Anytime you meet a girl, you can tell by the way they look at you. Like, for real, it's like, that shit's so crazy.
Anger eyes.
There's so many versions of eyes, bro. It's ridiculous. It's scary, dude. Like, because you can tell once they like you and shit, and it's just like, bro, I used to push the limit to see what I could do with certain females, and the shit they would let me get away with. Ridiculous.
What's one of them?
I smashed some girl's cousin at her house, and then told her about it, and she said it was cool.
What?
Yeah. Cause she's like, yeah, she totally passed it off of me and put it on her. Well, she's a hoe. What do I expect? And I was just like, I should have said no. Well, no, look at her. You know, she's a hoe and she probably did all this to you. I was like, so you're saying she raped me? I'm just saying, you know, you couldn't, you know. And I'm just like, nah, I feel like I did that on purpose. And I stopped talking to her. She goes, why would you stop talking to me when I let you do that? I let you disrespect me like that. And I was like, fool, like. Like, it's so backwards, bro. I'm just like, damn. And then that's when I started, like, sliding back because my daughter got older. And I was just like, this is so crazy.
That it's really... Do you believe, like, it's true women like bad guys?
In a sense, yeah, bro. Because you can be a super nice dude and be everything for them and shit like that. But I'm not going to say necessarily bad guys, bro. I'm going to say, like, putting them in a place. Like, because you can be you're a very nice individual, a very nice guy. But when a girl gets to a certain amount, bro, she don't want to be with a guy that she feels she can walk all over.
Yeah.
She has to be put in a certain position, in a certain place. So it's like, you know, some shut the fuck ups and shit like that. I'm not saying it's, you know, good, but it's like, it show, like, you know, like they say, being a man is being a man, bro. Like, whether it's to female or male, bro, like, it's a level of respect. That's how I see it, you know. Like, I'm raised by women. You see how many women are in my house, bro. Like, I'm raised by women, and I'm raised to not be disrespected by man, girl, cat, dog, none of that shit. Don't put your hands on me. Don't speak to me like you crazy. Like I say, everyone's is open to an opinion, and you can say what you want to say, but watch what you say and how you say it.
Yeah.
You feel me? That's why, like, when it comes to this music, like, I don't really put a lot of, like, emotional music out. Like, the song I'm going to release, like, it works out because I'm doing it. I wrote it from a personal place, but I wrote it for people who would feel that way, who wouldn't have the courage to say it.
Yeah.
So I'm leaving it open for criticism. But I'm not tripping off the criticism because it's not made for the 90% of people that are going to hear it. It's made for the 10% of people who stumble across it, who've been hurting themselves, who've been in a dark place, and who've been places. So I'm sacrificing my image and myself for those people. Versus the rest of the shit that I do is all trap shit, hype shit, you know, fuck a bitch, get money, whoopty whoop whoop. That's regular life. You know, but not too many times do I step into my feelings or my emotions. So it's like, if I do a song about emotions, who are you to critique how I felt?
Yeah.
Oh, you should have did this here and did this there. Well, it wasn't working with how I was feeling, dickhead. Like, you know, because they want to be like, oh, well, you know, everybody got something to say, bro, but never touched the mic, never touched the mouse, never even opened up Fruity Loops, Pro Tools, none of that shit. Right here, you should have added some over here, you should have added some and then that would have been hard. And I was like, oh, well, let me hear some of your music. I don't have none, bro, but I'm just saying, like, on this part, okay, I'm trying to hear what the fuck you're saying. Like, I used to get that from Tito when Tito was working out really tough, and he would be like, okay, oh, bro, you should do it this way and do that way, and Tito would check the dude out, and he goes, yeah, bro, your body's misproportioned. I don't want to look like you, and I don't want my body to be like you, so I'm not going to listen to what you're saying.
Wow.
Damn.
And I was just like, okay, I feel that, bro. So it's like, people who want to tell me stuff, if you're not in a position where I want to be, I'm not going to listen to you and pay attention to nothing you fucking saying. So as soon as you start talking, I'm going to cut you off. I'm like, okay, what's your credit score look like? Okay, how many baby mamas you got? What kind of car you drive? What kind of house you in? Okay, I don't care. Do you own your house? Are you on your way to own your house? Okay, I don't give a fuck about what you're telling me. Nothing you gonna tell me is something to learn about. None of that shit. You feel me? Like, there's only certain things, like, there's the certain leaps I can't take. Like, when it comes to being like my daughter and certain money moves for that, I'm like, I can't make that risk right now. Like, for me to lose it all right now and be something and then, like, put her life in jeopardy or, like, our well-being, I can't do that. But everything else, bro, I take that risk every leap, you know? So I'm like, it's cool. But, like, for me to, like I told my mom, so I was just like, You see all these crackheads walking around. They look so happy, dude. They just, like, dead ass, bro. They just walk around. They're so happy being dirty and shit like that, pushing on the fucking canastas with recyclables. But their whole mission for that day, bro, is to make enough money to get high. And 10 times out of 9, they got high. And why was that, bro? Because they spent all day focusing on that one mission. And I told her, I was like, dang, so if I quit my job tomorrow and I treated chasing music like tracing a fucking tweak habit, there's no way I can not have it. But I'm not in the position to quit my job and go be a fucking meth addict for music.
Yeah.
Because if I quit my job today and I spent like the next 6 weeks every fucking day chasing music, after them 6 weeks, something has to happen.
That's true.
But is it going to be something that I want to happen with me taking time away from spending with my daughter? You know? So that's where my thing is at, my push and my shove. Because it's like, I got the week that I don't have her. The week that I don't have her, bro, I'm going strong. I'm working, I'm doing music, I'm doing features, I'm doing all this. But like I say, bro, I'm not a rapper. I'm not that. I'm a fucking grown-ass man who takes care of shit every day. I'm a dad first, a fucking provider second, and then everything else is third.
Yeah.
So that shit's hard for me because, as I say, bro, like 10% of my life is this music shit. It's not even like a half of my life, a third of my life, none of that. So that's what I was saying, bro. If I fucking treated it like if I was on meth and being successful was my fucking drug and I was down to be dirty and grimy every fucking day until I made it there, it would happen.
Yeah, I believe you.
You know, so it's just like, that's where I've been at, bro. Legit, I've been thinking of trying to be a smoker, but for music. Yeah, I look up to Dennis Rodman. One of my people I look up to, which is probably sounds horrible, is Charles Manson.
What?
Horrible,
Explain.
bro. Just because of his way to, in a sense, bro, everything we do is manipulation.
It is.
That's true.
Everything, bro. He, like he said, he never killed nobody. He never touched anybody, but he had these people in love with him and infatuated by him that they did this. Same thing with Hitler. Hitler's a fucking horrible person, bro. Hitler never made it as an Austrian person, never made it in this and never made it in that, and he ended up killing the most people by having people do it for him. Same thing with Pablo Escobar. Pablo Escobar started as wanting to run for mayor in Colombia, and they were trying to wonder how he did it because he only had like 3 or 4 taxis making over $1 million a fucking week. And they try to down him and diss him like, oh, you're dumb, there's no way you could do this. And weeks later, that fool has all those politicians' daughters kidnapped, telling them that they're gonna kill him and shit. And what does he want? Just an apology from him.
That's crazy.
Like, imagine, bro, you have someone come in here, you just call him, you're fucking stupid. Because you might see how Pablo dressed, bro. He wasn't nothing flashing, none of that shit. Oh, you're fucking dumb. You'll never be nothing like this. You'll never make it. And then, where the fuck's Mary? Get a phone call. You remember me, dog? Call me stupid and dumb? Just tell me you're sorry, dog, and I'll give you your daughter back. Dad. Like, yeah, that's your daughter, fool. Like, what's up, you know? So,
Yeah.
it's just wild, you know? Because all these people who are bad, within their badness, like, there's some shit you can get to learn out of, bro. Like Hitler, he wanted to be a fucking military person, all this other shit. He was flat-footed, couldn't do nothing, and all this other shit. And then, like, his whole, like, that arm shit started from, like, cerebral palsy.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it took to the form of this, but that fool couldn't do that. So it was like, when you see his videos, he's like that because that fool's arms don't work and shit. Like, World War II is my favorite subject. Because in order to find one man able to control these people to kill over, like, 9 billion people, a whole race, almost wiped out a whole race. Like, imagine that.
Yeah.
Like, a whole race of people, bro. That's fucking disgusting. But how much power and, like, when did it change for him? Because he was a failure his whole life. It's just that one day it changes. And it's true because I used to work at Starbucks. And I was on the verge of getting fired. I couldn't make the drinks. I kept fucking up. Because it's like a 2-3-4 and then a 3-4-5. Like a pump of this, boom, 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 boom. Bro, the fucking book was like this big. And they wouldn't let me take it home. So I could only practice on my break. And then they were like, all right, man. If you can't get it in by the rest of this week, like, you know, we're sorry. And I was like, bet. And I would just chief, bro. And then, like, I was reading that shit. And then one day, like, I worked the mornings, bro. And I was the one off of Panama and Colony. So I had Ridgeview, fucking Golden Valley, another bunch. Like, I'm lucky we didn't have a drive-thru, bro. Like, I'm talking about, like, I would look down and it'd be 5:30. And when I was finally done, I looked up, it was 8. Just constantly fucking shit up, you know? And then it's like you got the heart bar over here, then you got the frappuccinos behind you, so you're knocking shit out. Boom, got 3 over here, knocking out, turn on, there's 3 or 4 over there, then you come back, finish that, boom. So when you finish and shit, you finish and start one, and then you do the other one, and then fucking it's like that. And one day I just got it. It was crazy. I was just in there, and then I was just like, okay, boom, and I'm waiting, and nobody bringing shit back. I was like, okay. And then this one lady, I would always fuck her shit up, bro. It was like a peppermint macchiato and something like that. And she's like, you didn't forgot the peppermint, like fucking SpongeBob. You forgot the pickles.
Yeah.
Like, bro, she drank that shit, and she looked at me, and I'm looking at her while I'm making it. And then she drank it, and she like validated me. She goes, boom, and I got my friends like, okay, boom. That gave me the motivation, bro. So I just kept fucking it up. And then I went, bro, like I think 4 hours fucking shit up from 5:30 to about 9, just back to back by myself. And then the girls were just like looking, they're like, oh, you finally got it. And I was like, yeah, bitch, what's up? Who you gonna fire now? And then I ended up working there for a cool while, bro. But funny story of how ghetto I am, bro. When I used to work at Tilly's, the store manager got fired, so she went over there to be the store manager at Starbucks, and I never had to apply for Starbucks. Like, I didn't apply, put a application or nothing. She was just like, you have a job, you start Monday, just work at Tilly's, quit Sunday, and come to work on Monday. Because I was a good seller at Tilly's, so I was going to affect their, so she's petty shit. So I did that, bro, boom. So then I don't even know what my job title is at fucking Starbucks. I think my job title is called, like, a coffee maker. And it's like my first or second week, bro, and I'm in there blown as fuck, trying to figure this shit out. I'm already irritated because I can't get this. This back when I had long hair, they tried to put my hair in a ponytail. I was already mad over that shit. I was like, oh, this is fucking stupid. And then some dude comes up to me, he's like, so what's up, bro? What's it like to be a barista? All my whole life, bro, I thought this fool called me a bitch in French. I was like, what? I was like, the fuck you call me? He's like, yeah, what's it like to be a barista? And I was like, oh, so you tough, bro. You gonna tell me what's it like to be a barista? I was like, so what's up with it, bro? Fuck you. Like, what is it you want to do? And he don't understand why I'm tripping. I was like, nah, bitch ass nigga, you want to call me a barista? What's up with it? Let's go outside. And then he's like, no, man, it's not that serious. I just want to know what it's like to be a barista. So I feel like he's still talking shit about me, bro. So I'm taking off my apron and shit, and I'm about to square up with him. And my boss comes in, she goes, what the fuck are you doing, man? And I was like, this bitch ass nigga over here calling me barista and shit. Like, what the fuck? And she goes, that's your job. And I was just like, no, it ain't. Nigga, I make coffee. And she goes, yeah, that's what it's called. And I was like, are you sure? She goes, yeah, you're a barista. And I was just like, I don't know, that don't sound right. Like, and then I had to apologize to the dude, and that fool got like a month's worth of free coffee and shit, bro.
Damn, good move on him.
Yeah, but it's just like I thought, and he was a good size too, bro. So like that's why I was like, he was a little bit bigger than me, so I was like, okay. But if when you're not about that life, bro, size don't matter and shit. Because he was spooked. He was like, no, man, no. And there's like only one entrance in, so I already had him pressed up against the restroom. Like there's no way to get out. Yeah. And then my boss comes up and she tells me that, and I was just like, "Fool, you could have told me what my job title was." And she goes, "You've been here like 4 weeks already." I was like, "Fool, you think I care about this job? You fucking just told me show up on Monday. I expected everything to be done, and then fucking I let the East Side come out, bro. That was ridiculous. Like that shit was so stupid.
I'm pretty sure everyone else, all the Tias and all the other people you were mentioning in the field, it's like they're getting exploited too, but they don't really have a choice because
they don't got their papers and all that, bro. And it was crazy because they would bring that up because I think the first time he tried to tell me something, he's like, hey, "Tú no tienes papeles?" I was like, "Bitch, I do. What's up?" Like, and then once that happened, like that's when like shit started going downhill for me, bro. Because he thought I was just like, because I'm a young guy, why would I be working in that type of situation, Because I was just like, then once again, bro, I sat in my car and I smoked weed on my way home. And I was like, fuck, bro, how many of them people get shit talked to them because they don't have their papers and they can't say nothing?
Thank you for sharing those stories. I love these stories. These are some of the best things shared on the podcast so far.
I appreciate it,
Whenever you want, man, let us know. We'll come by, or you could come by.
No, we'll do that. Welcome. I want to do we could do another one, but I want to do a video vlog. I feel that'll be. Yeah? Yeah. I feel that'll be. We need like our voices and stuff is cool, but they need to see our expressions, bro.
Right now, I'm just focusing on growing the podcast.
No, this one I want to record ours though, like my own version of it.
Oh yeah. I'm down. I'm down.
I just don't know how to edit and shit, but
I'm down.
I got 3 videos dropping within the next month or 2, and then I'm shooting another video next month. So, yeah, just a lot of music coming up. Just gotta stay in touch with me.
Love it. All right, everyone. That's been a Tomo podcast.
That was Spanish for Tomo. You guys are great, man.
That was amazing.